Okay, I am going to try part 4 again. I have done this several times already and I'm just not happy with the results that I'm getting. So we're going to try again. I have already picked up 21 stitches along this block, and what we're making this time is the answer to this on the left side. So we're doing the one on the right side this time. And what I have done is I picked up the 21 stitches and I have turned around. Sorry, my camera's getting all kind of crazy. I've turned around and done almost at the end of the wrong side row. So I have 3 stitches left. I'm going to knit this one and knit these 2 together. And this is a wrong side row that I'm making a decrease. Normally I try to, well, I'm saying everything wrong today, I'm sorry. Normally there is always a decrease on the right side row. There may be one on the wrong side row as well, but there's always one on the right side row, except for the right side here. So this is the second row. We've made our decrease. We're going to do our normal slip as if to purl and put the yarn in the back and knit across. And let's see, make sure that gives me a nice end to pick up. And I think, yeah, I think it's going to be fine. So I'm going to knit across. I will speed this up because this is much fun as watching paint dry, and I know that. So we're at the end of the right side row and we're just going to knit all the way to the end. I'm going to turn and I am going to slip as if to purl, put the yarn in the back, and knit across to the last 2 stitches. And you're going to knit these 2 together. Now I tried to, do knit together through the back loop at the beginning of the next row, and I just didn't like the way it looked. So that's why we're doing it this way. I'm trying to see, trying to see if we have some nice V's to pick up from. So those look like a lot better to me to be able to pick up from. So what I'm going to do now is take this away and get it down to the last 4 or 5 rows, and then I'll come back. Okay, we're back. This is our left side, well, my left, and then we're working on our right side and we have 4 stitches left. So let me go through how we will do those last 4 stitches and then we'll talk about our next moves. Okay, so we are on the right side of the row, and remember, on this right side we are decreasing on the wrong side. So we're going to slip as if to purl, put our yarn in the back, knit 1. Oh, right. On the right side of the row, we knit to the end of the row. Sorry, having trouble picking up my yarn here. All right, there we go. All right, so we're going to knit to the end of the row. I have to tell you, this yarn that I have used for this has been a little difficult. Okay, so we're on the wrong side, and this is the side where we do our decrease. So slip as if to purl, knit 1. We're down to our last 2 stitches, so we're going to knit those together, knit 2 together. Make sure I have everything. Okay, and by knitting those 2 together, you can see the nice edge that you get that you can use to pick up later to do our edging. So just a few more stitches to get rid of, and so we're on the right side row again. Oh, sorry. We're going to slip as if to purl, yarn in back, knit to the end, okay, turn around. It's our wrong side row, and I always check down here to see, to make sure it's the back side. So slip as if to purl, knit 2 together. I'm trying to keep this in frame. Okay, turn, almost done. Okay, the right side row, slip as if to purl, knit 1. All right, wrong side row, grab my needle. You slip as if to purl, put your yarn in back, and put your stitch back on the needle. Oops, looks like I missed. Let me look at it in real life instead of through the camera. All right, I got it. Okay, so what you're going to do there, just knit 2 together. And that is the end of that side. Pull it up, snip it off, and there you go. So that's, it looks a little wonky now, but when I go back and pick up here and here for this square, it will pull in like this one, because this one looked like that too. So our next step on this is for me to pick up and do this square. Then I need to do the fill out square here at the, it's like just like the one at the bottom, only we're going to do it at the top up here. And then we need to do one more triangle. Okay, so I will be back once I get all of that done. I realized as I was editing part 4 that I forgot, well, I deleted out the part about, after I did this side, I deleted out the part explaining that I was going to do this square, then this fill-in piece, and then this fill-in corner before I started my I-cord. So I just wanted to do a quick little video and come in here and tell you that, so there's a little bit of a better transition. Hi, I just finished recording episode 65. So if you listen to that, you will hear my tale of woe about my I-cord edging. And I didn't like it. So I am doing something different, and hopefully this will turn out. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing, and I'll delete the part that I'm not doing anymore. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a big crochet hook. It does not matter what size it is. Just take one and crochet maybe, you know, 6-7 stitches. It really does not matter. This is for your provisional cast on. All right, so, you know, I did a few stitches. These are the ones I had done before. Anyway, we won't get into that. All right, so once you get your stitches crocheted, you're going to come here and see your V's. You're going to turn this on its back and pick up 3 stitches. Okay, and I have redone this I-cord, I don't even know how many times. It's been a lot. So this is what I've come up with for now. If it changes, I will let you know. So we're going to pick up 3 stitches through the backs of this crochet temporary cast on, kinda. Let me make that tail longer. All right, so we're going to do that, and then 1 more. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to knit across all 3 stitches. Now, I tried 4 stitches and it was really bulky and I didn't like it, so I'm going down to 3 stitches and we'll see how that looks. So 1, 2, 3, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take our item over here and we're going to pull our stitches from the back. So just put your yarn over here, grab through a stitch and pull it through, then come back over here, knit 1, 2, then knit 2 through the back loop. Okay, and then pick up your next stitch. So let's do that again one more time. Knit 1, 2, knit 2 together through the back loop. Excuse me. And pick up your next stitch and pull through a loop. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that all the way to the corner. Once I get to the corner, we're going to do something just a little bit different. And we'll go from there. So hopefully I like how this looks at the end. We'll see. We will see how I like this at the end. I'm hoping I like this one so I don't have to redo it again. Okay. See you next time. All right. I am now at my second corner. Now, my corner is right here. So that's where we're going to put our needle for the corner. This is what my first corner looks like. And I really like how squared off that looks. So the way that I'm doing my corners is this. Okay, so we have 4 stitches here like we normally would. And we're going to, oh, that's in the way. Why is that in my way? Sorry. We are going to knit 2, knit 2, 1, 2, knit 2 together through the back loop, pick up from my corner right there, pull that stitch through. Okay, my other needle is stuck over here. All right, so at this point, we want to do 2 rows of not picking up a stitch. So for this first row, we're going to knit 2, knit 2, 1 and 2, knit 2 through the back loop, and don't, you know, some days. All right, so we're knitting 2, and that looks horrible. Let me look at it in real time. Maybe that'll help me do it better. You know, I'm going to keep this part in because, you know, stuff happens. Sometimes you drop a stitch. There we go. Finally got it back. All right. And then knit 2 together. Now, because we want to have 2 rows that we don't have a pickup on, we're not going to pick up on this one. And then the next row, we're just going to knit 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then the next row, we're going to knit 1, 2, knit through the back loop, and the other one I didn't knit through the back loop, but it's not as big a deal if you're not picking up a stitch. And then I'm going to pick up that corner again. Let me look at it in real time. There we go. Let's see, is that where I went? Yes. I just didn't pick up the whole stitch. That's not good. All right, I'm gonna go back here and pick up the whole stitch. I think. Maybe that's it for now. Anyway, back to it. All right, so then we're gonna pick up that stitch. Then we're gonna do the same thing with those 2 rows again. So it will be knit 2, 2, knit through the back, knit 2 together through the back, then knit another row, hi Pirate. And since we've done, we're going to do 1 more row and pick up that corner stitch again. So we pick up our corner stitch a total of 3 times, and we do at least 1 row in between every pickup. I've been doing 2, but we'll see. So I'm going to do that through the back loop and pick up that corner stitch again. There we go. And pull through a loop. And then we're going to go back to just picking up every stitch like we were doing before. Now, also what I have been doing, I noticed when I was doing the other, the one that I did that I ripped out, I noticed that let me see if I can pull this out enough so you can see it. I noticed that it wasn't the, let me see if I can get my words here. My I cord edging wasn't stretchy enough for the square. So what I did is I went back, and every 5 rows, every 5 rows, I'm adding a row where I'm not picking up. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions about that, please let me know. And I will be back. Now, what happened over here, I had my crochet cast on for the beginning 3 stitches, and it came out. So I hurried up and grabbed those 3 stitches. So it's basically the same thing. When you pull out your crochet temporary cast on, you will have 3 stitches. And so I grabbed those and put them on a marker. Okay? All right, bye. Okay, we are at the last little part of our mini temperature blanket. So, like I said earlier, my crochet stitches that for my provisional cast on came out earlier. So I went ahead and grabbed them with a stitch marker. So all we're going to do now is we're just going to move those stitches onto a needle. All right, so we have 3 stitches on this side. You know what, those look backwards. They are, haha. We have 3, well, are they? Hard to tell with these. So we have 3 stitches on this side and 3 stitches on this side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to Kitchener these together. Now, I have a weird way of remembering Kitchener. So if this is not your way, then you don't have to listen to me. You can do it however you want. But my weird way that I remember how to Kitchener is I consider the way to do the front row here is you're going to knit those off. And then the back row, you're going to purl those off. So first thing we do is put the first stitches in here like to knit. Like that's how we would put our knitting needle. And then we have to do something with the second stitch. So we're just going to purl it. But since this is the knit part, we're going to leave that purl on there. Then when we get back here to the purl side, okay, we're going to purl this first one, and since this is the purl portion, that comes off. And then the next one would be knitwise. Okay, we go back to our front. This is knitwise, so it goes off. Then we put purlwise and we leave that on. Then the back is purlwise and off, and knitwise and on. Then for this last stitch, we do knitwise off, purlwise off, and we are done. And so at this point, our I-cord edge has been Kitchenered together. We just need to get this stitch and weave it in, and then weave this one in, and we are done. Thank you so much for your attention to these videos. I really appreciate it. And I may have videos in the future showing you how I do things, but if I do, I'm going to wait and record them all at once so you don't have to wait for the next one to come out. Anyway, thank you so much for visiting with me today, and I hope you decide to come back and visit during my regular show on Sundays. Bye-bye.